Putin summed up his reign. We got a unique experience. Vladimir Putin at a meeting of the Valiai Club gave an assessment of his 20-year rule. According to him, Russia was able to avoid a civil war and, thanks to political stability, not only recovered, continues to strengthen, but also confidently takes a place among the leading powers of the planet. Something for sure could have been done differently, better. But we got a unique experience. And, I think, it is in demand in the world, the president said. The theme of the presidential meeting of the Valiai Club, World Structure, a look from the East, was clearly chosen for the guests of honor who agreed to speak at this event. This year, there were no retired European politicians in Sochi who traditionally made up the company to Vladimir Putin. However, instead of them, the first persons of the Middle East and Asian states arrived, the King of Jordan and, as it turned out, the direct stream of the 42nd generation Prophet Muhammad Abdullah I, the President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev, the head of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev and the Filipino leader Rodrigo Duterte. Vladimir Putin in his opening speech said that the topic proposed by the organizers is not only fascinating and inexhaustible, but also extremely timely. Today, Asia is regaining its natural place in world affairs, co-scaled with its great heritage and huge growing potential, the president emphasized, noting that the strengthening of Asian states is noticeable in all areas and especially in the economy. According to Putin, the West has a lot to learn from the growing East. Asian countries are proving that the principles of state sovereignty do not contradict openness and globalization, and sustainable development is possible on the basis of independence and autonomy, the DDD said. He added that, wisely using the benefits of globalization and the technological revolution, Asian states quite naturally seek to play a more significant role in world politics. And Russia, by virtue of its geographical location, is also among them. The DDD recalled that in 2015, the Valiai Club experts reacted rather restrained to the decision of the Russian authorities to begin a military operation in Syria. And some frankly did not believe in its success. However, now the correctness of this step is not in doubt. Most of Syrian territory is freed from terrorists. Russia managed to agree with the main players in this region and jointly launched the intra-Syrian political process. In our opinion, the Syrian settlement can become a kind of model for resolving regional crises. Moreover, in the vast majority of cases it will be the diplomatic mechanisms that will work, the president said, noting that the use of force that could not be avoided in Syria is forced an exception. Now, according to Putin, Russia is launching a new initiative regarding security in the Persian Gulf. We propose to put aside the accumulated prejudices, mutual claims and, in fact, from scratch try to create an organization for security and cooperation in this region, which, in addition to the Gulf countries, could include Russia, China, the USA, the EU and India as observers. Explained the DDD. In conclusion, Vladimir Putin said that he would like to distract himself from the main topic and recalled his article Russia at the Turn of the Millennium, which was published 20 years ago. The analysis made in it of the state of the world, development prospects in general, was consistent with reality, the president said. We could then plunge into the abyss of a large-scale civil war, lose our sovereignty and find ourselves on the periphery of world politics. And only thanks to the exceptional patriotism, courage and hard work of the Russian people and other peoples of the Russian Federation our country was moved away from this dangerous line, said the DDD, noting that probably in these 20 years something could have been done differently and better. But one thing is certain, Russia has a unique experience of restoration, which may be in demand by other countries. However, Ilham Aliyev did not agree with such a modest assessment. The main factor that Russia has come out of the most difficult trials with honor is the factor of Vladimir Putin. This is true. Everyone should know that, the Azerbaijani leader said to the applause of the audience. The remaining participants in the discussion decided to tell the audience about what interests them most. King Abdullah urged not to abandon the solution to the Palestinian problem through the creation of two states, Palestine within the borders of 1967 with the capital in East Jerusalem and Israel. Mr. Tokayev called equal access of states to freshwater sources as one of the main challenges for the East. And Ilham Aliyev rebuked the Prime Minister of Armenia Nikol Pashinyan on Nagorno-Karabakh. He said, "Karabakh is the honor of Armenia and the point. This is a lie. I say, Karabakh is Azerbaijan!" Exclamation mark. When the microphone fell into the hands of Rodrigo Duterte, the organizers probably regretted having invited him to a meeting. The Philippine leader was clearly not used to sticking to the rules and was ready to talk for hours on the ups and downs of his political career. First, he told in detail how he became president, then how he found out relations with the United States, and, finally, how he fought with the drug lords and rebels. "They always threatened to lead me under the scaffold. I am ready for this," he shouted. "If there are problems, I will be responsible for everything." In vain the presenter coughed nervously, and Fedor Lukyanov, the scientific director of the Valley Development and Support Club, fidgeted in his chair. Duterte continued to fill up the half-asleep room, and at some point even Vladimir Putin began to nod, with new details and admissions. "I'm not a killer," he said in confidence. "I often say that I'll kill, but in fact I haven't killed anyone yet." Only on the third attempt did the Filipino finally manage to take the microphone away. And at the same time make sure once again that the East is, indeed, a delicate and not always understandable business. By the way, at the end of his speech, Duterte invited the Russian Orthodox Church and missionaries to the Philippines to establish our religion with us and to prevent the spread of the ideology of terrorists.